So now we know what attribution is and the different ways that it splits credit for a conversion between clicks. But on what basis would you choose one over another? To answer this, we'll cycle back through the models and discuss their advantages and disadvantages, but underlying those pros and cons is this rule of thumb. Choose a model that rewards what you want more of. And the most relevant dimension along which the different models will help or hinder what you're after is this. If you want more top-of-funnel activity, more new users to be finding you could say more growth, then you want to reward the click that's likely to have initiated the user journey, and you might want to consider first click. If you want to mop up the bottom of the funnel and revenue is the overriding criterion without much concern for where it came from, then last click is a good way to go. Now, this last click approach might seem like a short-termist attitude. In the earlier part of the unit, we saw why, by accepting the last click model, you risk losing sight of the essential groundwork laid by earlier activity. And I almost never recommend last click for that reason. But there are times, and I've been involved in a few of them, where the focus really is on extracting everything you can from the bottom of the funnel. And last click suits that well, so it does have a place. First click, of course, also misses a big chunk of valuable information, but when the focus is squarely on introducing yourself to as many new users as you can, it has its place too. The other models are all aimed at finding some kind of balance between those two extremes. And this balance is likely to give at least a finer-grained picture of what is really contributing value. I hesitate to talk about accuracy in this topic, because that's not really what attribution is aspiring to. It's more a question of useful stories than accurate measurement. We can't reasonably measure and quantify the actual influence of each click on the user's journey or buying decision, much of which will have nothing at all to do with Google Ads. When I think about this, I often remember some of the touch points in my own path towards buying an Amazon Echo smart speaker. First, I went round to a friend's house where I saw one for the first time, and I used it and thought it was great. A few weeks later, I saw one being used in a comedy program that I happened to watch, and again I thought it was a very cool product. Meanwhile, the analytics folk at Amazon probably have a model of various ads and product links that I may have seen and clicked on leading up to my purchase, and of course they may have played some part too, but I'm pretty sure that over 50% of the actual influence on my buying decision was well outside the scope of even Amazon's data. The right attribution model is at best like finding an oversimplistic, metaphorical truth. The question to ask is, what changes would you make if you believe that value is being generated along these lines? And what effect will those changes have? So, pictures rather than genuine models of behavior. But some of these pictures are more useful than others, so let's go through them and have a look at how. Now, for a full run through all of the models and why and when to choose which one, check out Unit 8 Part 3, available June 2021, of my course Google Ads Level Up, which also includes a lot more support, training, and resources for paid search advertisers and professionals.